it's Go By here, and in this video we're going to do a how-to and review of the MUFGA Intelligent Planting Machine. Link is in the description. So after looking at several of these indoor plant growing systems, decided to go with this one due to the price and quality, and the reviews seem pretty good. So we've been using this for 3 months now and figured, you know, need to do a review so people can see whether or not it's any good.
So we've been growing lettuce in this, and we're about to plant our second round of lettuce. You take these little plastic holders and then you soak the little sponge inserts for a few minutes and throw one down into the plastic. Set it in your growing system and it will twist down into place. And then the one thing this system doesn't come with is seeds. You want to get your own seeds. Soak them for 6 hours. These have been in for a little over 24 hours, which is a bit too long. They've already started germinating, but that's okay. And you're going to put, it's easiest to do it with a pair of tweezers, 2 seeds down into the hole of each of these pods. Try to get one on each side. That way they're not interfering with each other too much. If I can catch a seed. You can also use your fingers if you have small enough fingers. Oh, now I've got them both out.
So the hard part's getting the seeds in there.
Well, it wasn't last time. And then it comes with these little plastic caps just to keep the humidity in there until the seeds germinate. Once you can start see the little tendrils come out, take this off. Yeah, you can put a little sticker on there saying what you've planted and the date. It takes probably about three or 4 weeks before you can start harvesting your lettuce.
All right, so now you'll just finish putting them in.
Yes, I'll put these, fill up however many I want. I'm just going to do 6 in this batch and then wait about 3 weeks and put in another batch just so that they're not coming up at the same rate. And then on the top are your controls. You've got your power, you've got a setting for fruits and flowers and a setting for vegetables. I've been using the vegetables since it's just lettuce. And then this is the pump indicator. The default is it will come on, the lights will come on for 16 hours and then go off for 8 hours. You know, your plants need a bit of a rest from the light. So be aware when you turn it on, that's when it starts counting the 16 hours. So don't turn it on at 8 o'clock at night or you'll have bright lights on all night. The pump circulates as needed. I think it's every 30 minutes. It'll circulate the water and then turn off again. There is a little foam filter inside. I can show you. Right here. You just want to be aware of that. It can get clogged with roots, so you need to check it every once in a while. And when you're, like I just did, empty the whole thing out and clean it, beware you don't throw that away because it will be stuck to the roots.
So with 6 of them done, that's because that's all we wanted to do. Now filling it up with water, it's regular tap water. You could use rainwater or whatever. So you put 2 seeds in it per the instructions. One will be stronger than the other. One may not even grow, but you want to pull out the weaker one, the smaller one, so that the stronger one can continue to grow. And you got to do that before they get too big. So the water level, especially when the seeds are germinating, you want to try to keep it at 5.5 liters.
Yeah, at least 4.5 to 5 while the seeds are germinating.
Right, because some of it's going to evaporate,
yes.
So you will want to check it every once in a while, make sure that it hasn't dropped too low.
Mm-hmm. And I was messy filling it up, but there is a lip on the top, so if you do spill, it's not going to go all over your table. There's the cover. Now we're ready to turn it on. So I'm going to hit the power button. And it's set for vegetables. And there goes the pump. And the lights are on. Now the lights, you want to keep it 10 to 15 centimeters above your plants at all times. But as you can see, it's adjustable. It'll go up and down as they grow. So as your plants get taller, you just move it up. So that looks pretty good. Now we just have to wait until the little green things show.
Give you an idea how bright the light is, and that's real low. It's night out, and it's a lot of light. It's been 4 days, and as you can see, there's little plants. What do you call them?
Seedlings.
Seedlings. And you might be able to hear the noise of the water. So if you have these uncovered, you'll definitely hear that. So what she's going to do is pull the second seed out. Because you only actually want one.
I only see one in that one.
To be growing in there.
And we're going to leave these off now.
I'll leave the covers off. Lower the light back down. Alright. See you in a few more days. I'm sure time will pass quickly. How long's it been?
Probably been a week or so. So when your seedlings get their true leaves or their secondary leaves, their second set of leaves, that's when you need to add your nutrient solution to the water. These are your nutrient bottles. You're going to follow the directions and add the same amount of each bottle to the water, and it's got measurements on how much to add for how many liters of water you have. I've got about 5 liters in here, so that means 25 mils of each, and the bottle has a measuring cup on the top. So you'll just measure out. This only goes up to 15, so I'm going to have to do 2 tries to get my solution in there, and it's best to add it in when the pump is circulating so the nutrients get circulated. And you're going to do that every 1 to 2 weeks while your plants are growing.
Okay.
You can tell by how your plants are growing whether or not they need more or less.
So now we just wait for another week or 2 to add more nutrients.
Correct.
So it's been 9 days since fertilizer was added, and you can see they have really shot up. There's green leaf lettuce and red leaf lettuce. And doing a water check. I want to add some here shortly. It's been another week. They've had water and fertilizer added, and they just take off. And here's some lettuce that's been picked off of the plants. See the red and the green. Make a good salad. So it's been about 6 weeks. As you can see, it's well grown. We've actually harvested how many times from the right ones?
Once, really. We should have harvested more than that.
Yes.
You can see.
So what'll happen is they'll get big and they'll start shading each other. And like this one here, that one was shaded too much. It was falling over, so we just pulled that off. The ones on the left side, it's been a couple weeks.
3 weeks.
Maybe 3 weeks. And you can see how much they've grown. So it's important to keep up with it.
When you harvest, you want to harvest around the base, around the edges. You don't want to pull from the center top because that's where it's growing. So I'm just going to pick some of these larger leaves off Depending on what you're growing, you may need to use scissors. This lettuce is so delicate, I can just snap it with my fingers. Get some of this red stuff. I can find where it's attached. So see, we've got some pretty big leaves here. Have some good salad today. And these will just continue growing straight up towards the light, as long as you don't pull out the centers. The ones that are hanging over the edge. They won't get any light anymore, and they're big. Okay, that's looking better. Now these newer ones will get more light, and these are getting to the point where you can start harvesting this as baby lettuce. Just make sure not to take the growing tip out of the center. There we go.
Yep. So just remember to keep your water at the right level, add the fertilizer when you need to, and harvest so that it doesn't shade out the others. So this also came with stakes, depending on what you're growing. That's what the little holes are for, to put your stakes in so your plants can climb on those. Some of them have increased the density of the plants. Depending on what you're growing, that may or may not help. And like with the case of lettuce, you don't want them any closer. So ours has worked well. Do recommend them. Link in the description. And hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and good luck with your farming. In case you're wondering how much we just harvest, all of that.